it came from.
Yes, it came from. This is the part of the show where we search all over the internet, or we've already searched. It's not like we're actively searching in this part of the show. We've already searched. We got it for you. And this is where we find topics that the community is talking about. If you find any of these useful, be sure to give us a like to help other people find this content. First one is a question for established professionals. What has gotten you excited about UX and your job in the last quarter? This is from Hither and Yon on the user experience subreddit. We're going to apply this to human factors as well. As the subject says, I'm just trying to amplify my interest in work right now, and I'm curious what's been getting you going. So Barry, how do you stay motivated at work, and how do you stay motivated in human factors and with your job in general?
So the human factors bit is easy, I think, because everything that we do, because you can apply what we do to pretty much anything. Then a lot of the fun bit around human factors is getting the nitty gritty of, right, what are the human issues around, be this anything to do with, like, say, an unmanned system, or all the way through to a piece of equipment in your kitchen. There's generally that bit, but around the job itself, I keep myself motivated by not having my project being too long, and about having more than one thing on the go at any one time. And so generally, as much as I love all of my projects, and they're all like small children to me, and I care for them dearly, some of them can get a bit annoying. And that happens with any sort of long project. And a long project for me is maybe typically say maybe 18 months to 2 years. And so if I've got something going like that, I generally like to have something else to at least one other to put into the mix. And that means that when you're getting maybe a bit tired of one project, rather than having to keep slogging on with it, you can take a break by going to do something else and keep mixing it up. And I think that's generally what you got to do is mix up what you do. Our field allows us to basically take on a broad variety of jobs that just keeps everything fresh, and you'll find a new problem, a new issue, and ways of applying what you do generally into a new domain. So yeah, I think that is one of the massive selling factors about human factors and UX, is the fact that we are so broadly applicable that if you get bored or you get frustrated or whatever happens in one domain or job or something else, you can then go on and do the same thing somewhere else quite easily. What about you, Nick? What gets you excited about your job?
That's a great question. And I want to comment on one of your points there about our work in general is working on a bunch of different things. And you're right, except in the case where you are working for a company and it's one product. There's still variety within the product, but you're still working on the same thing. And I think that is a little harder to maintain sort of this excitement and motivation to keep going. And really, you do have to take the approach that you're talking about here, is find new things that get you excited about it. And, that really hasn't been an issue for me, but I know some excitement about the product is not the issue. I think the motivation is within human factors is maybe a bigger issue. And I think, for it's easy for us. We have a podcast every week that we discuss human factors. It gives me that outlet to discuss topics that maybe I'm not working on, and still gives me kind of that excitement of connecting over another topic. So I still get my fix, right? So I guess my advice would be, like, talk to other people who maybe aren't working on the same thing that you're working on. And if you hear about the way that they talk about it, then you might get excited about that topic again, right? So, like, I don't know, you're working on a product. Let's just, I don't know, you press a button, it does something. That's very simple, right? But what if that something is so beneficial to that person's job? I'm describing a user here, by the way. So beneficial to that person's job that they would love to have that button. They just want that button. Well, then your motivation should be to make that button the best button it could be in the right place, so that way that person can do their job. bad analogy, probably. I don't know. I get motivated talking to the people who actually use the product. That's my point. I get motivated by talking to users, to the work that we're doing actually matters. I think that is the part that really just gets me to get up in the morning.